Hi guys, I'm Shmee, hello and welcome back to the channel where today we're in for a treat, visiting the ultimate man cave. Welcome to the Pet Cave here in Miami, Florida, the home of my friend Fred, PetFred's private collection at the Collection Suites, where we have 3 different halls to go and explore. Starting right here, we have the road legal Lansante Senna GTR. Just through towards the other side, we have the F40 with the full LM package and all of the satin and black supercars, the GT Black Series, Mercy SV, Diablo GT, you name it. But that's not even all. It continues down this way with another garage with even more cars, very Miami, with even the white Testarossa and Countach up top. But it's not only that. Here at the Pet Cave, we have all of the memorabilia, the items on display. This is exactly what every car person dreams of putting together. Fred is the founder of ModFind, hence every single car has some pretty extensive modifications, but he's also been a partner of Goldrush Exotics on Broadway, and we've met at so many different events over the years. But now we're here at the Pet Cave. Let's go and take a look. There are cool garages, then there are cool garages, and then there's the Pet Cave. Feast your eyes around this space. I'm standing here in front of an army of 8 matching menacing supercars, all in the satin black with the tinted yellow headlights. We're going to have a quick run through of all of the cars in the 3 different halls, but also then check out some of the memorabilia, some of the things that make this the ultimate petrolhead's dream. Plus, head up onto the mezzanines. There's more than one to show you what's going on with those and the views that you have. But I want to then dive into each of the cars a little bit more because they are all modified, and you'll start to spot in the background things like this. Up above the cabinets, the full set of the original Testarossa wheels, even one of the instantly recognizable original F40 seats. There's so much to show you in Fred's garage, but let's start with a whistle-stop tour of the cars, and I'm standing between the 2 Lambos, the Murcielago SV, the ultimate Murcielago, one of 308. Next to that, we have the Diablo GT, again, a very rare beast. We've got the GTR wing, in fact, plus exhaust, plus plenty more as well. Over on the lifts here, up top, we've got a CLK DTM Coupe. They only made 100 of those, and that car also has the full package from Rentec, as does the AMG GT Black Series. We're talking headers, exhaust, and the full system again from Rentec. Next to that, a car that's very familiar to me. You might remember this. Fred's McLaren 765 LT Coupe, one of 765, was a record holder with Brooks from Drag Times. I've actually filmed it before. It was the fastest McLaren ever down the drag strip. Next to that, we also have the 675 LT Coupe, a scooped car, but one of the 500 675 Coupes. Up top, we have some of the V8 mid-engine Ferraris, the 430 Scuderia. Next to that, the 458 Speciale. And talking V8 Ferraris, we get to the F40 sitting here on top of the Far and Gold car pad. I've actually been to check these out before. You can change the colors and the lighting. This is an F40 that has the full LM conversion. It was done in Japan. We're talking the full LM bodywork, the LM upgrades to the engine, finished in the Marlboro livery, and Fred drives it, and what a thing it actually is. But also, a matching car alongside, the McLaren Senna GTR, one of 75 GTRs, but this has been to Lansante for the full road legal conversion. You can drive this McLaren race car on the road, and that is actually where his P1 is at the moment. We'll get to that in a second, but again, in the painted Marlboro livery, we've got the luminous orange paintwork, we've got the number 12, which was Ayrton's racing number the first year that he won the Formula One World Championship, looking like a monster. The cars continue though. 360 Challenge Stradale, again, the tinted light theme continuing through. The GT2 RS, this car has almost 1,000 horsepower in the Porsche GT2 RS, absolute weapon. We've got a Targa, manual gearbox, great car to drive. Before coming through to hall number 3, it goes on. You can see the space for the games room up top behind me. We're going to head up there in a moment. We've got the Defender, which is actually from Khan upgrades. We've then got the Bentayga, Mansouri parts on the Bentayga. We've got the RS6, which also, by the way, 950 horsepower out of this. Mansouri hood, urban kit, plenty of other upgrades. Up top, the trio of the classics. I love this actually. Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini. We've got a 964. We've got a white on white on white Testarossa, very Miami Vice. We've then got the Countach, straight out of Wolf of Wall Street, quite literally. But that's just the beginning. I mean, look at this. Massive Lamborghini sign right up above. But I want you to come through to show you what's around on this side. Over here, for example, we have the original F40 wheels, all of those. We have the other original F40 seat, but check this out. Hanging up here, That's the original front clamshell from the F40 hanging up on the wall. How cool is that? All the parts are all stored here as well, because this space has the mezzanines, has various kitchen areas, is completely set up as part of the collection suites. There's so much to take in with it all, but you know what? We should head upstairs and I'll show you what it looks like from up there. There's so much to take a look at. Spot right here, for example, the artwork on the wall. How cool is that? Even a little kid's speciale just down here. Although I tell you what, that needs to be wrapped satin black to match the real deal. But as you come on up to the mezzanine area, just feast your eyes down over the garage. The view down towards the cars, certainly some spaces here if those lifts were up, and there are a few things we need to talk about, but the lighting, the model cars on display, all of the signs, Fred's Mancave, Fred's Garage, a VinWiki speed limit sign as well. That's actually really cool to have just up there. These are the kind of things that I always love to look at and to notice and to try and spot. And my word, the view over here, look at this. Look down over all of the satin black cars. How special is that? To have those 8, plus the F40 as well, and there are even some extra wheels and tires and things and items on display, all of the Goldrush signs with Fred's involvement in Goldrush. This is quite fun, by the way. This paperweight was actually the key holder for a Carrera GT. So you'd leave this on your desk, pop your Carrera GT key in there, and it would just sit on display from back when he owned a CGT in the past. I mean, this is just epic to hang out under the very bright hex lighting up here and to look down and to enjoy this space, all with the big screen as well, with the big screen display currently running one of my videos, the walk around of my car collection tour as well. But let's head back down and go and show you the other mezzanine, the games area. And magic, we're over at the other side. Check out the lights and the signs all around, all of the graphics that just put the icing on the cake. And in fact, all of these, the exotics on Broadway, Goldrush, Fuel Run, ModFind as well, these were all made by Massimo G, who made the graphic for the Museum as well that we're going to be hanging up in the Halo space at my garage. But up here, games area, we've got table football, we've got table tennis, all meanwhile having that view over the white trio. That's really quite a special view. White on white for both the Countach and the Testarossa, and then the Houndstooth in the Porsche as well. Very, very cool little display. Love it with all of these lights. Obviously, Fred's connection and involvement in these various different events just puts the icing on the cake. Nice chill out area. He extended this mezzanine here at Collection Suites to make it all work. More games, TVs, a replica model of the F40 as well. Plenty more things, just different chill out zones to host and to have events and things all up here as well. Before we start going through all of the cars in more detail and the cars that are on the way to join the collection, a couple of other things here. You can see Fred's always had a bit of a thing for this theme on rallies. You've got those wireframe cutouts as well that show you the different cars from the collection, all very on point. Over here in one of the kitchen areas, we are in Miami after all, so here are your coasters. Just don't try and roll some money up, because that's just for show and kind of fun as it happens. But to come back out, the cars, where do we begin? The Porsche, I think, is fairly standard. A couple of small things. Testarossa is running HREs. The Countach is white on white on white all the way through. The 3 cars below, though, the practical dailies, as we could say, are all pretty heavily modified. Not just the fact that the RS6, for example, has the yellow headlights, but this is literally a Mansouri bonnet hood that it has on the top. It's got the full urban carbon fiber package as well down below. Come and have a look at the wheels, the HRE wheels that we have on this RS6 as well. Pretty wild out there design. The Bentayga has the Mansouri package, so the Mansouri carbon fiber pieces that you can see throughout. Again, also we've got different wheels, in this case from Anarchy. Lots and lots of mods to all of these things. The Defender from Kahn, the gold wheels, full matching design, full off-roading package, roof bars, lights and everything going on with that as well. In this garage, there's a bit of space here, and if you're thinking what I'm thinking, those can be lifted and make way for the cars to come below. The Targa, I think the Targa is actually fairly ordinary. Wheels, of course, wheels are a given, but nothing like the full extent of the modifications that we have on this GT2 RS. This is kind of go full on, make the thing wild, make the thing fast, make the thing crazy, finished in Miami blue, no less, given exactly where we are, but with an even bigger wing than standard, with these race car door mirrors that you can see on the side of it as well, because this is what ModFind is all about finding mods for your supercar. Challenge Stradale, exhaust. All the cars have exhausts, as you can imagine. Not too many upgrades beyond the exhaust and the visual look of the thing. I think the Senna GTR is completely standard, apart from the Lanzante conversion. Maybe that doesn't count as standard at all. A Lanzante conversion is the ultimate of the ultimate, but Fred actually did go one step further and had the sliding windows installed, as opposed to the fixed windows that make you feel very claustrophobic, because the only way to get some air from the outside is to actually fully open up the door. F40, it's still running in full LM configuration. It hasn't needed any changes or anything dramatic to it since. We've got Fred's Pet Cave, my place, my rules. Seems pretty fair, I think, if you're talking about that kind of stuff. This Foreign Gold car pad actually is carbon fiber. You can see the full visual carbon fiber all the way around, and you do have a little control pad to change the color of the lights and set it up exactly as you would like. Everything here is modded to the max. Absolutely everything. I mean, the 675, as you can see, well, we've got all of the MSO options to begin with. So for example, the carbon louvres and the scoop over the top. But then we've got the intakes, or rather the kind of opening, the styling here, akin in a way to the P1. We've got full system through. We've actually got a cage bar behind the seats in there as well, that you can see running across back behind those orange seats. Headers, exhaust, full system. Same story with everything here, I believe. If you come through here, you can spot the HRE wheels that we've got on the Speciale. We've also got some wheels on the Scuderia to match the kind of factory design, but with center locks. 765 again, full system, you name it, the whole works, all the carbon fiber, spec to the max. We've got the Senna seats going on inside there as well, the full hardcore lightweight buckets. We spoke a bit about the Rentec packages for the CLK DTM and the GT Black Series. I guess this must be running the best part of 1,000 horsepower as well. These cars are making some big power. This is just cool, and the values of these have gone absolutely crazy. This car is of course an E-gear, so you have the paddles as opposed to one of the super rare manual cars, but it looks just mean. It looks just crazy aggressive and crazy hardcore, and that's obviously what it's going for. Actually, believe it or not, stock wheels. On stock wheels. Fred has a car on stock wheels here, which is quite fun. I guess the Diablo GT is as well. And this thing, I've never actually driven a Diablo GT or a Countach. Is there anything else here that I haven't experienced before? I'm sure there's something, but those are certainly two that are standing out to me at the moment. Oh my gosh, right, let's talk about the cars that are missing. Let's head back this way. I also haven't yet driven a Testarossa, so maybe I'm gonna have to come back out here at some point to join Fred to take some of these cars out for some drives. We shall see, but let's talk about others. You might have spotted some of the pictures of his McLaren P1. That's actually over in England at the moment. It's at Lanzante, who of course do the road conversions for these, where it's getting the full upgrade to the HDK package to be even more crazy, like a P1 GTR for the road. Now, as coincidences happen, when he bought this car without knowing which chassis number it is, it's number 4. His P1 is becoming chassis number 4 of the HDKs as well. Super cool coincidence how all of that ties together. You might also have spotted some Aston Martin logos and badges, because there is soon to be an Aston Martin DBS Ultimate 770, the final even more powerful version of the new DBS, plus a little bit further down the line, the Aston Martin Valhalla. Valhalla is going to be cool. So this garage with F40, Senna GTR, P1 HDK, Valhalla, plus all of the other cars, plus by my count, that just means lifting these 3 up, putting 3 underneath, and still having 2 or 3, maybe 4 to 6 extra spaces. I think there could be some even cooler stuff to arrive down the line. No pressure, Fred, or anything like that. But I mean, we haven't even touched on the fact that you have race suits with slightly unusual helmets as they happen over there as well, but all matching in with the theme, all of the signs, all of the art pieces, all of the graphics, the prints over the doors, for example, up on the walls, the paintworks like we have just here, all of the different things. Slightly wild, slightly out there, but this is about being ultimate man cave, right? That is what this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be something that's just unique, something that's just cool, something that's just a little bit different. I mean, over here, we've got the racetrack outlines up on the wall, some familiar circuits up there. We have Monaco, we have the Nürburgring, and this is where I test myself. What's in the middle? I should probably be able to work that out, but right off the top of my head, I'm not entirely sure. Answers in the comments down below. I tell you what though, just crazy cool. Gives me some ideas, lighting on the stairs, presentation styles, these big prints up on the walls. I love the way it's all displayed. Having the 8 cars here, this is just badass, isn't it? With all of these, this is just the stuff of dreams. What an amazing garage, what an amazing space. Imagine hosting events and things, having people over, watching the game on the big screen, whatever it might be. The stuff of dreams. So a huge thanks to Fred for the opportunity to come in today, to be able to take a look and to be able to share this with you. Do go give a follow of his page, PetFred, to see all of the updates and some pretty funny stuff he likes to post as well over there. But that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate your support an awful lot. Stay tuned for some ideas from this to come into my garage back home. I'll see you then. Cheers.